Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Hello, I'm WBZ TV meteorologist Barry Burbank, and I've got your forecast for the rest of this day and for the next several days. Of course, this is the weekend when we forge ahead, spring ahead 1 hour. You do that tonight, and we'll be into daylight saving time tomorrow, officially starting at 2. You turn the clocks ahead an hour. 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll be right into daylight saving time, and it looks like we'll be losing an hour of sleep tonight, unless you go to bed early. But we'll be gaining more daylight coming up, certainly for the sunset times in the evening, when the sunset today is at 5:45. Tomorrow evening, how about this? How sweet it is, 6:46. Of course, the flip side is we lose that daylight in the morning, so our sunrise that occurred this morning at 6:05 will be 7:03 tomorrow morning. And of course, when you go back to school on Monday, you got to deal with those darker mornings. In any event, a quick look back at February. You know how warm it was. Just see how these gyrations, these atmospheric gyrations we've been going through this winter, it tied with 1925 for the warmest February ever on record in Boston. The record's going back to 1872, so quite a month indeed it was, with all these red squares indicative of above average temperatures, and the mean temperature for the month was plus 6.4. And then you go to March, and we're still above average. Of course, we're only a few days into March, but plus 3.7. But it looks like over the next few days, we're going to have temperatures near or slightly below average. And then you flip that with all the warm weather we had in February and that snowstorm that we had this week that did so much damage to the tree limbs, trees, power lines, and so much in the way of widespread power outages. It's just an incredible week we have had, from the rain and winds, powerful windstorm of last weekend to now the slopes have been restored and rejuvenated by all the fresh snow, and there'll even be more snow falling up over especially the northern resorts today, and maybe a few snow flurries tomorrow. So this is the best weekend, I think, of the entire season. There's good coverage up there now, and that includes the nearby Massachusetts resorts too, because they got it anywhere from 12 to 18 inches in eastern sections and up to 2 to 3 feet in western Massachusetts. And there'll be a few inches coming up this afternoon and tonight into early tomorrow across the northern resorts in favorable upslope locations, with those bands of snow coming backwards from a ocean storm which developed east of us yesterday. Some of those are pinwheeling back into northern New England, so this is where some of the heavier snow will be falling in favorable upslope spots. Otherwise, just a few flurries across most of the rest of the northern mountains. And we'll see a changeable amount of clouds during the day as we go up to the upper 30s and lower 40s. Try to clear out for a while tonight, but we'll see lots of clouds taking over again tomorrow from time to time, with more periods of snow and snow showers in the northern mountains. The temperatures will be a little bit higher tomorrow, going up to the middle 40s. Today will be mostly in the lower 40s, 41 to 43, highs tomorrow around 45. There will not be a storm on Monday. It'll be starting to take shape down in here. Now, you see this snow up in here, it's involved with some energy in the upper atmosphere, which is digging southeastward. This system down here has its own package of energy, which is going out this way. So if these two packages of energy were to merge or phase, we might be more concerned about a major storm here on Tuesday. It does look quite impressive out over the ocean on Tuesday, but the two packages of energy still have not phased yet. They won't do so until this thing gets far out over the ocean, and they will be far enough away to negate any chance of any big snow deal here on Tuesday. Nevertheless, even with that said, it's 72 hours away, so any slight shifting of this track would make all the difference. And once this really starts intensifying, it's going to start to curl more up in this direction. But I think it's going to be curling too late and too far out to really impact us severely. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that. We don't have to change this forecast in the next couple of days, but it's going to be a Tuesday event as I see it right now, because here comes the energy from up there in the Great Lakes coming southward from central Canada. The other piece of energy is out here with the developing ocean storm. It looks like they're just not going to get their act together. And that's good news, because we've had enough over this last week for sure. So here's my 7-day accurate forecast. We've got low 40s today, middle 40s tomorrow, back to 40, mostly cloudy on Monday. Through the weekend, we'll have changing sky, lots of clouds at times, lots of blue sky times of sun, times of clouds. And we turn the clocks ahead 1 hour tonight for daylight saving time returning tomorrow. And then it looks like we have some periods of snow on Tuesday, maybe mixed with the rain at times on the Cape. At this point, I'm not anticipating a big storm. The wind will pick up later in the day out of the north-northwest, and it will be windy on Wednesday with a few more leftover snow flurries and spritzes, and then after that, partly cloudy Thursday and Friday, low to middle 40s. So the temperatures pretty much average all week long. There's no big spikes up or down. Pretty much status quo for the week with a little bit below average temperatures. That's the way it's looking right now. You can watch WBZ News tonight at 6 and 11, also at 8 o'clock on My TV 38 for the latest weather and news updates. Have a nice weekend.